Hello everybody, this is Nets Plus here and welcome to a new video. Now this video will pretty much talk about experience that happened to me, and I think everybody has been through this experience, or they will be at least one time through their lives. It's almost impossible for somebody to never experience this. But I'm gonna talk about the way I went through it. So hopefully you guys enjoy. So I believe this took around 1 to 2 years ago, and there was when I was visiting where I came from, where I was born. So I was visiting the island territory in the Caribbean. I came to visit family. Uh, this night I was with my grandmother, and we went to ex-boyfriend's place. If they even after the breakup, they still became good friends. They still talk and everything to this day, but they apparently he was planning a little party for like a get together thing, right? To talk and everything. He wanted her to come, and since he knew us, he was okay with us going and everything. So we went there. Apparently, my mother's brother was there too with his family, and we were all there. Now it was night. We were there just doing the all Hispanic thing, just talking, playing dominoes and whatever. And it came time to eat food. Now, when I'm the type of person I'm very picky with, I'm very picky when it comes to food. So I just tend to not eat anything because my biggest worry is that I try something that was made by someone else and me not liking it and then throwing it away in front of them. Like I never like that feeling. I feel like I disrespect them and everything. So I tend to just keep to myself, just try to not eat or anything. Or if I would eat the things that I'm 100% sure I did like and everything. But the guy, which is my mother's brother, he saw that I wasn't eating. And apparently his kids didn't really eat this stuff, or at least not from outside. So he came up to me and he was like, "Hey, if you want, I'm going to get Wendy's. Do you want to come with me and I can get you something over there?" I'm like, "I mean, are you okay with it? I mean, I don't really want you to spend your money on me if you don't really need to, or something." And he assured me, and I was like, "Okay, fine, I'll go with you." So I go with him to the car. At this point, it's like 9:10 p.m., which is at this time it's already nighttime, and we just go to Wendy's. Now I thought this trip would have been okay. Normally, like anything, I love being in a car. So we went. We drove down to where Wendy was, which was like 5 minutes away. We got some things for me and for his family. And then when we're going back home, this is where the story really kicks in. We were like I want to say I was like just 2 minutes away, right? 2 minutes away from the house. We were almost there, and I'm looking around because I'm always the type of person who tends to keep their eyes out for anything. And then we're crossing the middle of the road, and to give a clear distinction, it's the type of road that is just straight and then sides. Usually there's stop signs to indicate people to stop before making the cross. So we were making that cross, and all of a sudden I see a car on my right side. And in that moment, it clicked to me that that car was a little bit too close and still moving. So I quickly, yeah, that was my first instant. I quickly put my right arm on the door and I put my right leg on the door too. Now, call me stupid or whatever. My instinct was that if we were about to crash, if we were about to get it, that person, when they hit me, most of the impact would go to my legs and arm. And I was right. It didn't stop. The car hit us on the side, and we both panicked. And the best way I can describe what happened was, uh, my mom's brother was in panic. He was in shock, and then I just felt like all my oxygen just left out of me. So I was just gasping for air, trying to get some oxygen back in my lungs. And it was a good, like a solid minute or two of us just standing there, panicking. We were just panicking. We didn't. But he never been in a car crash. I never been in one either. So we were both just really panicking. And the lady that gets out of the car, the one that hit us, she quickly gets concerned, comes to where we are, and she tries to check on us. And a few neighbors came in, and this lady who's apparently who's a lawyer came in, and she was telling us that we need to get out of the car because the car was smoking, and they didn't want it for the odd chance if the car did blow up or they get on fire, we're not in there. So after a little bit of effort, we both get out. I'm in shock. He's in shock, and I check myself. My first instinct is to check myself, see if I have anything that could happen, like a broken leg or bleeding or anything, whatever. I look under my right arm and then I see a burn mark. Now at the time when I look at it, I think it's just my arm bleeding. I thought it was my arm bleeding because of the impact, and I was just in shock to the point I just didn't care about it. I was more concerned about him, the guy that was driving, because he never been in an accident. He's just silently in like against the wall, just like trying to progress everything. So me being the person I am, which I try to make jokes when there's a when something goes wrong, just to like calm myself down. I do little jokes here and there. I tell him about him, and it calms him down a little bit, but he's still in shock. And then I had to call my grandmother, my mother, well, my grandmother, and my sister. Uh, my sister was panicking, and I don't want to get too much into info about this, but let's just say it's bad for my sister to be over panicking. So I had to reassure her multiple times that she needed to calm down, that I'm okay, I'm alive. My grandma comes over, she drives over here, and then his family also gets over here to see what's going on. And then the lady that Roger was concerned and everything, I was just more okay that everybody was okay. Like at this point, and I think he didn't really care that the car crashed. At least at the time of the incident, he just was more worried about that. We both got into an accident and we both could have been in a worse situation. They call an ambulance just to check on my injury, and they find that it was just me, Brent, and pretty much they concluded that when the car hit us, the airbag that was right underneath the door, when it burst open, it left a burn mark. It burned my freaking arm, the bottom part of it, and I can just remember how I did not even felt anything when it comes to a burn. Like I didn't feel anything. I was just so in shock that the only thing I felt was my oxygen leaving out of my life. I felt like my soul just escaped, and I'm just here. Like we both checked the damage, and the right door where I was sitting got dented in, and then a little bit of the back too. So I took the impact mostly, and then my grandmother called my mother, and even my mom is not here. My mom is in the country we live in. So she she calls me in concern because she hears that her child got in an accident, and she cannot just simply drive there. If she really needed to come, she needed to get an airplane ticket, get spend 4 to 5 hours to get to the island to then get to the wherever I am. So obviously very concerned. She calls me, checks that I'm okay. That's the old mama bear stuff. And my dad was there. My dad called me. He checked up on me, and it was okay. I told him I was okay. I just had a burn mark, and we after a few more hours, we go back to the house with the car damage, and then I'm just like trying to make little jokes here and there. Like, I remember I was making a. Okay, I know we got into a car crash, but I need to make sure the food is okay. The food must stay alive. The food must be dead. And then when we're walking in the garage, he's like, "Hey man, I found your lunch. Here you go." I'm like, "See, I told you. As long as we have our lunch, we're good. Like we have our lunch. I don't care now. And we both just laugh. We're both like, he doesn't understand what going on in my head because he's like, I wish I had your mentality where you're still joking about this, even though it could have gone way worse. You're just joking about the food. You're just like, the nuggets survive, and that's pretty much it. I just got the bear mark. Took me a few days to heal. I ate it taking showers because of it because that thing just freaking hurt me. And ever since then, especially at early stages, I was way more paranoid, like anybody would be. I kind of reacted a few times, and it was just me because I was just terrified. I was just terrified I would get into an incident like that again. And to this day, I am still a bit terrified. It's not as bad as it was, but like it's most noticeably at night. When it's at nighttime, I tend to be a little paranoid because the whole incident happened at night. So I feel like something will happen at night while we're just on the road. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I got to say. Hope everybody's having a good day. You enjoyed this video, please subscribe to it. If you want to follow, then give me a like. Show me your support. Go for it. If you don't like it, you can comment what I can improve. I'm trying to improve, so just let me know anything you feel like could have been done better, anything that could have been good, or any just feedback in general. Just give me anything. I don't really care at this point. Just give me something. I'll read it, and then if it's negative, I'll go cry in a corner for 2 days. I'm just kidding. I'm just gonna be like, okay, it's negative, but at least it has some good points I can improve on. There we go. So I really hope everybody stays okay, stay safe, and take care. Peace.